Hi there, this is Youth Plus Radio. We are a platform that is passionate about the youth and having conversations that aim to grow and inspire the future. My name is Mawa, and this is her on Youth Plus Radio. We have on set the amazing, beautiful entrepreneur, YouTuber, Wanjiru Njiru. I hope everyone is as excited as I am because
I'm excited to be here. How are you?
Fine.
You're doing so well.
Thank you.
Deep breaths, and you'll be fine. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So where do we start? So I'm thinking we should just go right into it, and maybe you can introduce us to yourself and tell us who you are, and I mean who Wanjiru Njiru is, just as Shiro, and
Okay.
not Wanjiru as a YouTuber and all these other things.
I am, well, for those who are not familiar with the work I do, I am in digital media, a content creator in digital media, and also a host of the JoyRide podcast. I don't know, away from that, I am a wonderful friend. All my friends can attest. I am a wife and a long-time life partner to someone amazing. Daughter, all those fun things. Yeah.
That's really
Sister,
nice.
all of them.
Oh yeah, sister.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really amazing. So next question.
Mm-hmm.
So we know you on the digital platforms. We know you on the digital platforms as a YouTuber, as you said, as an entrepreneur because of Mawa,
yeah.
and as for JoyRide, right?
Yes.
So take us through what it has taken for you to be, at least maybe one of the things, maybe a YouTuber. Like, how was your journey? What was it about? How did you start? What was it about when you really started? Like, take us back to when you started.
So I started in 2015, and it was born out, right?
Yeah,
I feel like I'm
like,
oldie.
I was not
I've
even
been
done
really
high
trying
school.
to get with the Gen Zs. I'm trying to dress like a Gen Z. I'm really
You're nailing it, girl.
I am going to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think in 2015 I just loved clothes, still love clothes.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just share my love for style. And so that's how I started my YouTube channel.
So you're just like, you know what? I want people to know what I know.
Yeah, and then that's how I found myself.
Yeah. So it was just, let's not call it impulse, but it was just one of those things. You just wake up and you're like, you know what, today is the day.
It wasn't really like today's the day. It was, I really enjoy this thing. I really want to find an outlet for me to share it. And so I shopped around. Blogs were really the it thing then, but I'm not very gifted in writing. So the next best thing was video, and that's how I ended up with a video.
With the video
form content.
Oh,
yeah.
That's interesting. I thought you had a whole plan. You're like, you know what? We better do this now.
Nope. I deep dived into it. Isn't that life though?
It is.
We deep dive into everything.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So, so you started the channel, and I mean, it was about you sharing your story about your fashion life and everything in between, right? So, what do you think the beginning your YouTube channel helped you with? Like, what did it remove out of you? The word is not remove, like birth out of you.
I think it just helped me disengage with, I want to say fear, but it was my first place that I interacted with fear and not letting fear be a hindrance to me doing something. So it's uncharted waters. I don't know what it looks like. It was among I think YouTube hadn't really picked up here in Kenya. I think it was still a very foreign concept. And on top of that, earning from that and making that my bread and butter. So it was my first time that I interacted with fear, but really using fear as a sort of like a motivator.
Like a motivator.
Yeah.
Like where people use pain
as
for fuel.
For fuel. For me, it's like fear as a fuel.
Ooh, that's a good concept.
Yeah. Yeah.
Life is hard out here. If some of us did that, we would be millionaires. But
so I think that's what it birthed out of me.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
So after now you realize that, I mean, fear is not a thing that can hinder you because you don't give it the, you know, the leeway to do that.
Yeah.
What do you think is another thing that maybe you needed to understand about yourself? Like before you opened the channel, you really did not know that about yourself, but after you did, it kind of prompted things out of you.
I think it was just the level of self-doubt that I had. Because
you didn't know that before you started the channel?
No, I did know that my level of self-doubt was up to that level, because it's one of the things that I've had to work out through my career. And sometimes doubt is worked on by doing the same thing over and over again, getting good at it. And so at the beginning, of course, you don't have that luxury. It's only a luxury that time and experience can buy you. And so I needed to serve my time. But had I known, I would have been more intentional, or I would have entered with the knowledge that there would be a lot of second guessing myself.
You would have looked for things to like curb
help
the...
you.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like I'm thinking about my life and I'm like, hey, if I knew Shiro then. Okay, so now we go to you and not Mali, Maua. So Maua, I'm sure Maua was birthed out of your love for fashion, right? And now with your YouTube channel, then came Maua. How did Maua, like, what do you think is the one thing that you love most about Maua, first of all?
I think the challenges. Maua has been one of the hardest things I've done. It's really one of the hardest things. I don't even think starting a YouTube channel has been this hard. I don't even think settling on a life partner has been as hard as running a fashion business in Kenya. So I think it's been one of those challenging things, and it's not until last year that I made peace with the fact that this is, for this season of Maua, it's going to be a challenging, because as every child, whenever they're born, it's usually the growing pains, the challenging times. And so I made peace with the fact that it's going to be challenging. And I say challenging because you're, first of all, learning so many things that you didn't know, about yourself, about the business, about the fashion industry. You know, you loving clothes and making that a business, two completely different things. And I don't think I've nailed it yet, but I think
but you're nailing the designs, though.
My feet are settling in.
You're nailing the designs. For things you have nailed, designs number one.
Thank you.
The sunny
the
dress
sunflower
thing.
dress.
Oh my God.
Oh, that one did so well.
It's beautiful.
We are bringing it back in a maxi. So I think I've had to... Maua has really forced me to love challenges. To love challenges.
Okay, so with Maua, what do you think, apart from the love of your style and, you know, all the things that came in between, what do you think fueled your, like, intentionality
about it? I think for me, for the longest time, and maybe this traces back to the YouTube channel, for me, clothes have always given me a sense of confidence. Anytime I'm in something cute, something that looks good, it automatically translates to my confidence. And I believe that can be transferred onto other women. And I think that is the core reason why Maua is Maua. Because we want to make women feel confident that every time you wear the sunflower dress, there's
you feel like sunshine.
Yeah, you feel like I can take on anything that's thrown at me. Yeah, because that's what clothes do to me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Not makeup?
No, it's clothes, actually. I think, I was actually just talking to someone about this in the morning. I think makeup is a dying
thing for you?
I think so. I think skincare is really taking a front seat. Let me see. Yeah, because I'm looking at the number of times I'm in makeup vis-a-vis I'm without in a week. Nowadays I'm more without makeup than I am with makeup.
Oh, interesting. I thought you're always in makeup.
Not these days. I used to be. But you see, now when you work on your skin, you've invested thousands on your skin. Hey, you must see it.
You have to see it.
Must
You're
see
like, I'll see you, whether anyone thinks it looks good or not.
So for me, clothes have always been that place where you express yourself, and it's like the one thing that the
just
confidence
gives you
booster.
the confidence. Oh, that's really nice. Now, I'm also curious. The word Maua, why did you choose it? Why did you not choose something like, I don't know, something random?
Actually,
why Maua?
You know, I've been asked this about Maua and JoyRide, And I feel like I disappoint people every time because there was nothing deep to it. Actually, Mawa was Ben, who's my partner. He's the one who came up with it. He was like, ooh, you love flowers. What's flower? In Kiswahili was like Mawa. And I was like, yeah, that's a cute name. There's really nothing behind it. There is really nothing deep. I think it's a good name that stuck. Same with the JoyRide. It's a good name that stuck. And we ran with
works.
it. Yeah.
They work. Those names.
Simple to chew.
Yeah.
You don't overcomplicate it. Yeah.
Okay. So with Maua, you have very many designs, very beautiful fabric, very flowy, and they're very nice and sophisticated, right? So what's your thought process when you're picking a design?
I think that's something that I'm still learning because and that's again it goes back to Mawa has just been a challenge and a learning place for me, because at first, especially if you love style and you're passionate about the style business, you can get tempted to transfer your own personal style onto the consumer.
Yeah.
But I've learned to also understand the Maua customer. So it's taken a lot of us and the team at large, at the Maua team, to sit down and remove my personal style from the equation and focus on who do we want to target, what are they doing, sort of like a customer profile kind of thing, so that you can understand who are they, where are they hanging out, what are they wearing. And so it's been a really, really huge learning lesson for me to separate my personal style, because I'm constantly in t-shirt and jeans on a day-to-day basis. So to separate that and give the Maua girl what she desires and where she hangs out. And
so
all those
in
things.
short, you're saying that the brand itself, Maua, and the styles that we see and the clothes that we see, it's not about Njiru. It's
not about Njiru.
Your customer, let's call her Angie. It's about Angie somewhere who is, into certain kinds of. So
well,
when
that's what we're trying to separate right now.
So when you go to a shop maybe to get your fabric, that's what you're thinking about.
That's what you're thinking. Yeah, you have to do that, because you can easily get entangled in creating clothes only for me.
For you,
and that's not the goal for Maua.
But don't you then think that there are people who are like you, people that have your style, people that enjoy what you enjoy, and they will resonate with your style? Don't you think it would be easier if then you just do what Njiru likes, and then there'll be people who will be on your wagon to just, go with it?
And there's a place for that. So it's not that I will completely remove my personal style from the brand, but it's to say that my personal style does not dictate. So if the Maua girl, we profile Angie and we realize Angie loves to wear, Angie loves a good time. She loves to look cute. She loves her curves being seen. I'm not necessarily, she likes short things, she likes skin. If that's who Angie is and that's not Wanjiru, Angie takes a priority.
So at this point, what you're saying is the customer is always right. You give the customer what the customer wants.
The customer is priority.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So guys, if you're out there and you're trying to get into the fashion industry, what Njiru is saying is, as much as you're trying to give out your style, as much as you're trying to let people understand what it is that you're bringing on the table that is you also need to listen to them a bit more and just, and
create that balance.
Create the balance between you and them. Then you guys can meet somewhere in the middle, It's all about compromise. I think it's like being in a relationship.
There's always someone who creating that seesaw.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because for me, when I look at Maua, I'm like, this is beautiful.
Thank you.
And then the prices are also, for Kenyan made, the prices are
fair.
Yeah.
We try as much as possible.
So how do you actually get to that fair price where you're giving quality and you're also giving, you're also getting your profits, because it's a business. We need to get our profits.
Again, it's been a learning curve, not to say that we've always gotten it right, but it's really down to the sourcing. Where can we get the best and least expensive fabric? How can we cut down on the cost of labor? How can we cut down on the cost of packaging? So it's really just looking at the places where you can reduce your costs for production, so that you can maximize on your profits.
So you kind of have to do a centonomy class or something like that.
You just have to constantly be learning. that's what I'm saying. Like again, Mawa has been one of those things that I've had
to constantly keep learning. Okay, so for someone who is wondering, like I'm thinking about, let's now, yours is Angie, ours is, no, you're called she. Ours is Mary. So Mary, who is, I mean, she's getting into this and she really doesn't know how to do her books and, you know, like figure out her pricing, because I think with businesses, pricing is one of the things that keeps or breaks your business. So what platforms do you think you can, like, maybe direct her to go and learn, or, you know, a school or something?
I had to rely a lot on friends who are in the finance business. I've been so blessed to have people who are so willing to support me with information and resources. And so they've just been like, they held my hand in formulating like the price formula and all those things. But there's so many courses running around. Centonomy is a great place to start if you're looking for, especially the entrepreneurship class. I'm very keen on taking that one at some point down the line. So there are very many great resources, but I also think take advantage of the network around you.
Yeah, the people that are surrounding you.
Yeah, who are good in what you're struggling in. I'm not very good with accounts, but I have been blessed with friends who are really good at that. So I lean on them for that.
So it's more of share your struggles with people. Tell people what's bothering you or what you need help for. That way your journey is
lean
a bit
on people.
Entrepreneurship. You feel like you need to. I mean, I've had someone tell me that if there's a journey that is lonely, it's entrepreneurship.
In every facet.
And now that you're telling us to, I mean, lean on people, it feels like then it's going to make it a bit easier.
It is, because I mean, it's human nature. We were created to share. We were created to lean on each other. We were created to live in communities and to live in fellowship with each other. So it's only right.
Maua then has definitely been a learning curve for you. Like,
completely.
And you've been learning
no regrets. No regrets. You learn yourself, you learn it's a constant, never ending.
But I'm sure you love the challenge and you love the person that you've become because of it.
I enjoy it. Because I think one thing it's done, it's freed me from the shackles of always wanting perfection. So right now my attitude is let's go.
So it's
let's
now,
go to
it's
market.
like,
Let's go to market. It doesn't matter.
Like the product is here, it really doesn't have to be.
We've done our best. There's nothing more we can do at this point, let's go to market. So it's freed me from the shackles of perfection. Which I'm really happy about.
Which you really look like you were like in it.
Like deep in the throngs of it.
Okay, so a while back there was something that was going around about the Kenyan, made in Kenya products and maybe things like Mtumba. What do you think that did for you as a fashionpreneur, let's call it that? And I mean, as someone who started their journey on YouTube and fashion in Mtumba world, do you think it kind of...
It's a double-edged sword, because I understand. Mtumba is... There's no way you can tell me to buy 4K worth of clothes and my salary does not match that. So I understand. And I truly and sincerely think the people with the key to these answers are government. And a huge key player is government and in the policies that they make. But it's always a double-edged sword, because I understand what Mitumba has done for my career, because I started talking about Mitumba thrift halls and whatever view, and also like they've gone a long way in when you couldn't afford the Made in Kenya lines. It went a long way in putting clothes on my back. So it's usually a double-edged sword.
So it's, as much as Mtumba is there, it does not mean that the Kenyan market or the Kenyan fashion industry is going to, I mean, bleed for it. What do you think?
You know, when I think about the Mitumba sector, it's really just such a complex game that I think the true people, again, with the answers to our problems are government, because it has to stem from a policy level. You have to understand the kind of people that you're working with, the kind of people who want to be dressed, what people want to wear. It's also not sustainable for me, who's earning even less than, you can imagine, and you're telling me to be dressed head to toe in Made in Kenya. It's not sustainable when one top is like, what, 2K at the very least.
So that's when there's an offer.
So it's really about us reducing the cost of production, and then that's why I'm saying that's a policy level thing. Where we can reduce the cost of production for Made in Kenya lines to allow us to be slightly competitive with a Made in Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Thank you for that. Policymakers, watch us and listen.
Yeah.
We need your help.
Yeah.
So another question would be, so in the Made in Kenya industry, we are so many, like there's so many brands and they're doing different things. And I mean, they're creating beautiful, beautiful outfits, right? So how do you think you set aside Maua as Maua, and like how do you get your customer and don't feel the thing that people feel like everyone is doing something closer to what I'm doing, so it's kind of like I'm going to lose my customers. How do you make sure at Maua that you won't lose your customers because other people are making are maybe making palazzo pants, maybe they're not the same design as yours? Like how do you get over that fear of maybe my customers are gonna go
Disappear.
Yeah,
I think it's singular focus. That's just it. Like we know who our customer is, we know our Angie, we know where she is, we know what Angie likes to do, and we focus on that. You can't control what other people choose to do with their brands. You can't control where other people choose to buy from. You can only work with what's within your control. And within our control is we study who Angie is, we study what Angie likes, and then we give Angie what she wants.
or that way you keep her loyalty for you guys.
And again, singular focus. Our focus is just making Angie confident, making Angie look good. So and that's what's within our control.
That's what sets you apart, like from everyone else.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Thinking about it, I think we can apply that to all businesses.
Yeah, singular focus. You just need to focus on what you need to do.
It's like knowing your niche, like know your niche and aim for it and just do what your niche needs.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So now let's go to JoyRide. JoyRide. It's
Our little baby.
beautiful. It's not little. She is grown.
Oh, she feels so young. I think
feel
maybe
like
it's because she's taking so much of our time.
But I feel like she has grown tremendously so fast and in such beautiful ways.
Thank you.
Like
She's
you
a quick
guys are
learner.
doing- Oh yeah, she
she's a
is.
fast
Oh
learner.
wow, she's like
a fast learner.
it's like she was born running.
Yeah.
Wow. So with JoyRide, I know you do it with your
partner,
Ben, and I am curious to know, how is it working with your partner?
Yeah.
What is that like? Like, does it get to your nerves? Is it a good thing? Does it make you grow as a person and as individual? Like, what is that like?
I think in the beginning it was really, really tough because it was the first time we worked together on such a huge project, and then the project, as you said, took off so quickly. So it's been a learning curve. I'm happy that we have now settled. We know when it's work, we know when it's home time. We know each person's working style, so we are not just atukanyangiani hivi. So I'm happy that we are now settling in. I know we have a long way to go. I mean, if JoyRide is going to continue for a long time, we've only scratched the surface of what we know about each other. But I'm happy with the foundation is strong. We know we can communicate, we can learn,
make money.
Yeah, but mostly we're able to kusomana.
That's also very encouraging for people that are working together with their spouses or even their partners. They're able to understand and see that this thing, you can actually do it with your partner. You really don't need to go look for a business partner somewhere in town, or
if you guys have the chemistry, if you guys have the willingness to do it, and there is respect. I think respect is it's a huge part of working together. So that you know when it's work time, we're all
working.
Yeah, we're all working. Your opinion is just as important as mine, and vice versa. So as long as there is respect, I don't see why it shouldn't work. And chemistry. I think chemistry is a big part.
Wow, interesting. So let me ask, when you started JoyRide, did you think it was ever going to become this big?
No. We had no...
Like, you two are big. Like, wait, what?
I think maybe it's... When you say, did we ever think? I think it's because we didn't get into it with the notion of it being big. We just wanted to... I think it's finally time we did something together. We have been doing... We've been inviting each other's channel here and there, but let's create a platform that's just for the two of us, and let's see where that goes. I think none of us had I don't know about him, but none of us had the intention of it going big. And of course, I don't want to take credit that it was Ben and I. All glory to God, first of all. He's done us a solid with that one.
Yeah.
And of course, we have a very, very strong team of people who are so dedicated to the JoyRide. Kina Catapult, Kina Barak, the production team, Kina Selfie. Everyone is just so dedicated. Kate, it's really not us.
Yeah. Like it's a team effort, baby.
It's God, and then the rest of us, we just...
You're just vessels.
Yeah, so we're just pawns.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so how then did you guys decide? Okay, so you said that you guys decided to do JoyRide so that you guys work together, right? So when you started, did you have like an initial focus on where you wanted JoyRide to like the niche that you wanted? Like, did you guys have a plan, or did you just sit and be like, we are both good at certain things, so I think we can put that together and like put it out as a product?
I think relationships sort of like took the natural progression. Husband and wife working together. He had always been public about our relationship, so it just felt like the natural progression of the content of the JoyRide. But also Barak really helped to put structure into it. This is how it should look. This is what we should speak about. These are how the questions are going to look like. So there was that, but it was really just a natural progression. Yeah.
So one last question, maybe. What challenges do you think you have undergone with the 3 businesses, like in general, the 3 businesses that you would want to talk about, and maybe like show people that, I mean, it's not about the challenges really, it's about what you get out of them? Yeah.
I think one of the major challenges I've had to do is overcome a lot of second guessing myself. And that's not something you're taught in business school. That's not something I think a lot of entrepreneurs, I don't know, talk about. I haven't heard.
Yeah.
Because we try to businessify success. And like it's like if you do this, But I think a lot of success is found once you overcome the mental barriers that keep telling you that maybe you're not good enough, or that you're not doing a great job, or nobody wants to see this, nobody wants to hear this.
Yeah.
And so I think across the three major career transitions or career things that I've had to do, all in digital in some way or the other, I've really just had to overcome the mental. Yeah.
Wow.
And of course it hasn't been like, I'm not like this centered guru right now who has everything figured out. Of course, I have resources and tools that help me now.
Yeah.
But I think if I had known, I would have started this coaching thing, this therapy thing way earlier. Way earlier.
Oh yeah.
Immediately when I started this thing.
Oh, so the businesses have kind of like made you realize that you need certain kind of support. That if you don't have it, you're just going to burn everything.
They made me realize that most of the times I can be my own enemy, and I can be my own hindrance.
Yeah. So like imposter syndrome or something.
So just support to overcome that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
The last one, because we have last questions like 15 times. The last one is, as Shiro now, what do you think you can tell younger Shiro, the one who started a podcast like in 2015? No, it's not a podcast, a YouTube channel in 2015, like to encourage her and just let her know that everything will be fine?
That really, it's just really a time issue. That things open up. Vitu ziufunguka. You just have to. And
when they open. The floodgates of heaven.
But you have to serve your time. You have to clock in your 10,000 hours. So you have to keep doing it. You have to keep doing it every waking day. Every waking day, you have to wake up to the same thing. Become a master at it.
Yeah.
And in due time, God and the world
will just
God will reward you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no work that is in vain. There's no work that is too little work.
If you keep at it.
Yeah.
If you keep digging that well, you're finally going to hit the water. Okay.
Yeah. And
the water will sprout.
And when it sprouts, it does.
It overflows.
Ooh, you heard that, right? Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Shiro, for being here.
Thank you. You were so good.
Thank you.
You've been doing this all your life.
Yes. Thank you, though. Thank you for being here, and thank you for also letting people understand that. I mean, being in the creative industry is not all lavish and, you know, nice and cute photos and everything. I mean, it comes with it, but there are things that...
It's 1% of the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other 99 is just tears and working hard.
Yeah, so thank you so much, guys, for watching. And if you're at home and you want to get into the creative industry, listen to what Shiro said. Come here with 99% of waiting for yourself to just need the, you know, extra boost. But all in all, as she said, making it is not as easy as you think, and neither is it as hard if you put in the work.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for watching and listening on today's episode. We are Youth Plus Radio. Please comment, share, and subscribe. And remember to follow us at Youth Plus Radio. Bye.